Claudia spots trouble. Claudia is a mixed traffic engine, which means she can pull both passenger cars and freight cars. This is what makes her a really useful engine. She was shunting Amfleet and Viewliner cars one morning, and she moved them into place. Mr. Cakester arrived. A long train of crude oil has to be taken to Plothsburg today, he said. Claudia, you must do it. A moment, sir, she said. And she steamed out of the yard. She buffered up to the freight cars and set off onto the main line. The train was long with 293 cars, but Claudia puffed her hardest. She was pulling the longest train New Florida has ever seen. The wagons rolled nicely along. They clattered and clattered while Claudia did her work. The crossings were everywhere, and Claudia carried on. Her locomotive pulled her down the line, and she puffed along with all the oil for the town. A few minutes later, the oil was delivered and Claudia set off to collect logs for Becky. She shunted the log cars into place to be loaded, to be ready for when Becky had arrived. The logs were loaded. Claudia was about to leave when a car crash happened. This is gonna... Shut up! Bellowed Claudia, and she jolted forward and knocked her crew members off the footplate. Then, Nilma came into view inbound with her commuter train. And Megan was pulling her goods train too. Watch out! Called Nilma. Her driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the coaches were derailed and Claudia was on her side. Sorry, Nilma and Megan, she said sadly. Don't worry, you'll get back on the track soon, said Megan. I have to be repaired, said Nilma. the trains had to take a detour, so the long intercity train was detoured onto a separate track. And at last it came out onto the main line again. It was the longest train ever, controlled by 17 engines. It went around the train wreck. And went onto the main line again. And a few minutes later, the log cars were attached to Becky, and she steamed off with them. "Make way for the log cars!" Becky said. "Log train coming through!" And meanwhile, while Claudia was being repaired, Katie was pulling the Candy Pajama Slumber Express. "This is the longest train ever," she said. And it was. Then there was a barrier. Then it was too late! Oh no, this can't be good, said Katie frighteningly. And she went onto the bridge. Oh no! She cried. She was scared! She hung dangerously over the water. "I have to get out of here!" called Katie. "Help! Help, please!" Meanwhile, Claudia had been repaired, and she buffered up. "I'll be out of there in no time," she said, and she pumped her pistons. "Hold on, I'm gonna fall down," said Katie. "Thanks, Claudia." She shivered. She was pulled to safety. "Oh, thank you," she sighed. The next day, the bridge had been repaired and the trains were busy working on the tracks again. And the coaches were rolling nicely along. And Claudia wouldn't worry about dangerous and scary actions again.